If you wake up and your penis feels cold, soft, or simply lifeless, it's not just getting older. That sensation could be the very first warning sign that your blood flow is being cut off, right where it matters most. And here's the shocking truth. It might not be your heart, hormones, or even your age causing the decline, but your breakfast. Yes, that innocent piece of toast or a bell of cereal you've been eating for decades may be quietly shrinking the blood vessels responsible for your erections, your energy, and your sense of manhood. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara. For over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping men over 60 restore their circulation, performance, and vitality without pills or dangerous procedures. And what I found is something most doctors overlook. Healing your intimate blood flow often begins in the most overlooked place, your kitchen.c. Many of my patients were shocked to discover that one simple food, yes, Justone, eaten first thing in the morning, had the power to bring back warmth, strength, and firmness to their mornings. It's not exotic or expensive. You've likely seen it 100 times, but never realized what it could do for your manhood. In this video, I'm going to show you how this everyday food can naturally restore circulation to your pelvis and penis in a way that supports your arteries, your energy, and your confidence all at once. And when I reveal how this food combines with 4 others to multiply its effects, you'll understand why men are reckoning this their new morning breakthrough. Let's begin. Before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed, now's a great time to do it. And be sure to tap the bell so you never miss powerful, real health advice designed specifically for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. I want to hear how I can serve you better. All right, let's dive in. The first thing we need to talk about is your morning meal, because what you put on your plate when you wake up may be quietly working against you. It might look healthy, even familiar, but it could be damaging the very blood flow your manhood depends on. 1. Your morning meal may be quietly sabotaging your morning meal, maybe quietly sabotaging you. For years, I thought I was doing everything, right? I started each day the way millions of men over 60 do, with a hot cup of coffee, a slice of toast, and sometimes a bowl of cereal. It was quick, familiar, and comforting. I never questioned it, but something kept bothering me. Each morning, I noticed a strange heaviness in my legs, lack of energy, and the worst part, that uncomfortable, lifeless feeling down there. At first, I blamed it on age, like many men do. But what I learned shocked me and changed the way I approach men's health forever. You see, your first meal of the day holds enormous power. After fasting all night, your body is in a heightened state of sensitivity. What you eat in that first hour sets the tone for your blood sugar, your circulation, your hormones, even your erections for the rest of the day. And unfortunately, Mastaman, breakfast foods for older men, white toast, sugary cereal, even store-bought muffins, do the exact opposite of what your body actually needs. They spike your blood sugar, inflame your arteries, and constrict thievery vessels responsible for blood flow to your pelvis and penis. Think about that. Every morning, you might be unknowingly narrowing the arteries that feed your manhood. That stiffness, that cold feeling, that loss of drive, it's not inevitable. It's biochemical, it's inflammation. It's a direct result of eating. Foods that rob your body of nitric oxide damage the lining of your blood vessels and block circulation right where you want it most. As a doctor, I've seen this pattern in thousands of men. And once they make one simple shift, removing the wrong foods and adding the right ones, the results can be profound. Energy returns. Erections feel stronger and mornings begin to feel like they used to, or even better. The good news, your body wants to heal. It's just waiting for you to stop making a mistake and start giving it what it truly needs. And it all starts with one green food that most men overlook. It's packed with circulation-boosting compounds, And when you eat it first thing in the morning, the results can feel almost immediate. Let me tell you exactly what it is and how it could restore your strength in ways that might surprise you. 2. Weak erections are often a blood flow issue. Weak erections are often a blood flow issue, not just aging. I'll be honest with you, most men who come into my clinic believe that their fading erections, lack of energy, or loss of drive are just part of getting old. They say things like, "Doc, I guess I'm just not 30 anymore." And I understand that feeling. Because for years we've been told that declining performance is just the price we pay for aging. But what if I told you that's simply not true? What I've seen again and again is that in the vast majority of cases, the real issue isn't age, it's blood flow. That's right, it's not your testosterone crashing or your body falling apart. It's the gradual breakdown of circulation to the places that matter most. And it often begins silently. You might notice it as a slight numbness, a feeling of heaviness between your legs, a morning that doesn't start the way it used to. That's not your age speaking. That's a warning sign from your arteries. You see, after 60, your body naturally produces less nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing and opening blood vessels. Without it, your blood can't reach your pelvis as efficiently. That means weaker erections, slower recovery, and a frustrating sense of disconnect. And the worst part, most men accept this as their new normal, not realizing that their arteries are simply crying out for help. I remember one patient, Robert, who told me he hadn't had a firm erection in over 6 months. He assumed it was low testosterone, but his labs were fine. The problem, poor pelvic circulation. Within 2 weeks of changing his breakfast and targeting nitric oxide production, Robert began to feel warmth return to his lower body. By week 3, he reported waking up with erections that hadn't happened in years. So, no, your body hasn't given up, it's just waiting for a reason to fight again. And blood flow, especially in the pelvic region, is one of the most fixable problems men face. You don't need to surrender to decline. You need to restore what time has slowly drained away. The ability to circulate blood freely, fully, and naturally. And there's one specific food that does exactly that, by acting like nature's own vasodilator. It boosts nitric oxide, softens stiff arteries, and brings strength back to your mornings. Let me show you what it is and how quickly it can begin to change the way you feel. 3. I'm Dr. from Mohit Karam, Dr. Mohit Karand. Helped thousands of men over 60. When I first began specializing in men's health over 3 decades ago, I didn't fully grasp how widespread and quietly devastating this issue was, and would walk into my office discouraged, shoulders slumped, eyes downcast. Not because they were in pain, but because I felt like they were fading. Their words were always the same. I just don't feel like myself anymore. And almost every time the problem traced back to something deeper than testosterone or libido, it was circulation. The blood wasn't reaching the areas it once did. The energy was blocked. The spark had gone dim. I've had the privilege of treating thousands of men over 60. And I can tell you this without hesitation. You are not Saloni. And more importantly, you are not beyond help. I've watched men in their 70s, even 80s, restore their sense of vitality, strength, and confidence easily by changing what they do first thing in the morning. Not with pharmaceuticals, not with risky surgeries, but with targeted nutrition and natural tools that work with the body, not against it. And I'm not talking about unproven theories or internet fads. I'm talking about clinically backed foods that improve blood flow, support nitric oxide production, and nourish the vessels that fuel your energy and erections. I've seen men go from hopeless to hopeful, often in a matter of weeks, just by applying the right strategies. When I speak to you in these videos, I don't just speak as a doctor. I speak as a man who's walked alongside thousands of others. I've listened to their stories. I've witnessed their frustration. But more than anything, I've seen their transformation when they decide to take back control, one choice at a time. And here's the encouraging part. The solution isn't complicated. It starts with one simple green food. Something most men walk past at the grocery store without a second thought. But this food holds the key to rebuilding pelvic blood flow and restoring the kind of energy you thought was long gone, in fact. When this one food is consumed the right way at the right time, it activates a natural process inside your body that even some medications can't match. So what is it, and how do you use it for a maximum effect? Let me break it down for you step by step. 4. Spinach, the natural nitric oxidespinoester that targets your pelvis. I'll never forget the first time I truly saw spinach work. Not on paper, not in a study, but in the real life of a man who had just about given up. His name was Harold. He was 67, polite, soft-spoken, but you could see it in his eyes. He felt defeated. He told me, "Doc, I wake up and feel like there's nothing happening down there. It's like I'm disconnected from myself." He wasn't in pain, but he was missing something essential. Something that once gave him confidence, purpose, even joy. We talked about his diet. Like most men, his breakfast was routine. Toast, maybe a little. Jam, sometimes coffee with sugar. Simple but not helpful. I told him about spinach, not as a side dish or garnish, but as a powerful source of dieta. Me, that his hands and feet were always cold. His energy was flat by mid-morning, and intimacy felt like some mating from a different lifetime. He didn't want a miracle, just a chance to feel present again in his body. He suggested he try for ounces of pure pomegranate juice every morning. That's it. No pills, no complicated protocols, just a small glass of this ancient fruit. Within 3 weeks, he came back looking brighter. His hands were warm, his eyes were clearer, and with a quiet smile. "Had told me, Doc, I feel more alive, even in the places I thought had shut down for good." What makes pomegranate so effective isn't just one compound, but a powerful combination of polyphenols, oligotonins, and anthocyanins. These nutrients stimulate nitric oxide production, protect it from breaking down, and help relax blood vessels throughout your body, especially in the pelvic region. Studies show that pomegranate can increase blood vessel diameter and flow in just 30 minutes. And when consumed regularly, it doesn't just offer temporary relief. It actually trains your arteries to stay open and resilient over time. When combined with the other 4 morning power foods, spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, avocado, and dark chocolate, pomegranate acts as a multiplier. The polyphenols in the juice enhance nutrient absorption, defend nitric oxide from oxidative stress, and work in harmony with your body's natural rhythms to support lasting energy, strong circulation, and better confidence. This isn't about trends or quick fixes. It's about creating a simple morning ritual that restores blood flow from the inside out. Not just to your heart, but to the part of you that still wants to feel strong, connected, and fully alive. And when you combine these 5 foods into one routine, something gets trendy begins to happen. In fact, the final transformation isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Let me show you exactly what that looks like and how you can begin tomorrow. Conclusion: 1 routine, 5 foods, and 1 routine, 5 foods, and a new beginning, a new beginning. I've spent decades sitting across from men just like you. Men who felt like their bodies were quietly slipping away, who thought their best days were behind them, and who were told over and over again that this is just part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be. You have more control than you think, and it starts not with a prescription, but with your plate. Each of the 5 foods we've talked about today, spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, avocado, dark chocolate, and pomegranate juice, work together like a team. Spinach jumpstarts nitric oxide. Greek yogurt and berries strengthen your gut and protect that nitric oxide. Avocado keeps your arteries flexible and absorbs the nutrients better. Dark chocolate boosts blood flow and keeps it steady. And pomegranate, it ties it all together. giving you both immediate and long-term circulation support. This isn't guesswork. It's not hype. It's what I've seen work time and time again for men over 60 who decide they're not done living, not done loving, and not done feeling like themselves. I've seen men restore energy, wake up with strength again, and return to the kind of quiet confidence that makes life worth showing up for. It's the best part. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with one food tomorrow, build from there. You're not chasing perfection, you're building momentum. One meal, one morning. One real chance to take back control. Because when you give your body what it needs, it will show up for you stronger, steadier, and more alive than you thought possible. If this video spoke to you, if even one part of it made you stop and think, that's me. Then do me a favor, hit the like button so this message can reach more men who are quietly struggling and searching for answers. Share it with a friend, a brother, a father, someone who might be suffering in silence and know where to start. You never know whose life you could change with one small act, and I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these 5 foods are you going to start with, or have you already tried some of them? Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step toward recovery. If you believe in the kind of real, honest health advice we're sharing here and you'd like to support this mission, consider making a small donation or contribution. Helps us create more content for the men who need it most. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a future video. You're not alone on this journey. We're in this together. One step, one morning, one change at a time.